Yes, we have been programmed to believe that we're not worthy of achieving great things. We have been programmed, we've been taught constantly. Uh, somehow people do not measure the impact of the words on people's life. Okay, so somehow they said it unconsciously, right? And everything we say, each word that we sending out into the universe will come back to us and impact greatly our life, whether it is positively or negatively. So that's the first level. These are the grassroots that we're gonna be aware of. Without being aware of that, your life will be in constant battle. So the number one thing to lay the foundation of your breakthrough, it is to becoming aware of your old conditioning, which we call paradigm, your old paradigm, which is not serving you at all, right? But this is how we've been programmed. We've been programmed to believe that we're not worthy of accomplishing great things. And we are surprised. We get astonished by the result we got. Results are always, reflection of our identity, who we are. So this is the number one, becoming aware of your old paradigm. And then the second step is to rewire your mind. Okay? So you reprogram your mind because you envision, you purpose to achieve greatness. You are setting big goals. But those goals that you set require a new version of you, a new identity, new standards. But I'm gonna tell you, if you are not so bored, you're not gonna make this shift happen. You're not gonna make it happen because your environment, okay, and it starts with your family. I'm gonna tell you, it's not an easy task. Okay, it'll just pull you down, pull you down, pull you down, and the terror barrier will rise. So be aware of your words, that thoughts become things. Okay, our thought becomes things because they are it contains power. There is power, okay, within our thoughts that we gotta be aware of, right? That's why uh this beautiful platform and the material we are promoting here, it is a must learn. This material is a must learn. Can you imagine that I felt like I just born again. Sorry, I gotta confess, I, it is mind-blowing material. I just felt that I'm born again because I'm seeing the world differently, totally differently from what I have been used to. I'm seeing things differently. And that's what Wade Dyer said. When you change the way you look at something, what you look at changes. Think about it. When you truly think, when you truly change the way you look at something, when you look at changes. And it will remind me a story. You know, way back in 2021, I was in Belgium and I met brilliant people. They are really brilliant. And I knew them, okay, in Benin before they traveled to Belgium. And you know what? For some reason, they got, some jobs, okay? Like student jobs. There are jobs over there that student can do. But it's not pretty well, it's not pretty well paid job, right? And most of them are not, let's say, accustomed to such jobs. But they constantly complaining about, right? Constantly complaining about. But since they have no alternative, they have no, alternative. There is no other option available to them. They had to do that. But what I saw is that within 3, 4, 5, 6 months maximum, their perception toward the job changing. See, the job that they disliked previously, they started enjoying doing it. Can you imagine that? Why did that happen? They just changed the way they see it. The perception just about the toward the job just changing. Since they have to deal with that and they had no other option, they just change how they see it. And as a result, the job changes. And I'm gonna tell you, for more than 4, 5 years, some of them are still in those jobs. Can you imagine that? So it really means that what most matters is our perception, the way we see things. Okay, so when I did, that was my breakthrough when I came in that program. It was such a it was such a dramatic change. Okay, my whole belief system changed, my perception, my relationships, the whole world changed for me. That's where my journey started from, right? And ever since I decided to share this material with people, because right now a lot of people are drifting. They are drifting. They're just getting by, waiting for, hoping. They're just hoping. Most of us do not even know how to set goals and achieve them. So here we learn that. We learn how to set goals which compels us to become a new version of us and make them happen, right? So, and the change will be so huge and permanent. The change. The beautiful thing about this material philosophy is that it's never decreased, never ever, never. It is constantly growing, okay, increasing. So if you jump in, you want to fly, right? And even though you are getting results, your result will skyrocket here. There's no doubt about it. But to grow, we gotta change. To grow, we gotta change. That's why you are here. You are here because you want to change. You want to grow. And the growth you're seeking requires you to change. And how does a person change? Let's ask the question. Have you ever wondered about how people change? People change because of the information they receive. See, if the information you are receiving is, nonsense, okay, unuseful, it is negative, or directing your mind to a certain goal, don't be surprised to get a result in the right proportion of the information you receive. That's why people say that uh, those who hold the information have power. So we change due to the information we receive, the quality of the information we receive. That's the only way we gotta change. So if something is not working out for you, please look at the information you are receiving. Just just look at the information you receive. Because belief, and Bob Proton put it very well, he said that if you frequently reevaluate your belief system, your beliefs will change. And it is so true. Belief is just an information that you decide to believe in. It is just an information you decide to believe. So your whole belief system is based on tons of information that you accepted through your subconscious mind. Because as we said previously, our subconscious mind could not reject information. It just accepted. And if you realize that those beliefs are not serving you, isn't it better than to change them? Yes, it is. Because you have the power to change your belief system. By changing your sources of information, the type of information you accept, you receive. So right now, if you are dealing with, I'm not capable of, because this is a paradigm. This is a paradigm you are developing. I'm not capable of. I'm not succeeding at. I'm not achieving results. I'm not worthy of. Those are beliefs that you are developing, and it has become part of you. It has become part of your whole system, right? Your identity. You said to yourself that you're not capable of achieving. How come that you can achieve something meaningful? It's not possible. It's like you want something big, but you are constantly repeating that you're not worthy of getting that thing. It will never come to you. Because when you start working, see, when you start working toward your goal, okay, your goal starts coming to you. Anytime that you set a goal and you believe enough to it, the goal starts coming to you. Right? So rewiring your paradigm, your mind, okay, and build a new paradigm, it is fundamental. Changing your perception, it is there is no, there is no doubt about it. Okay, it is a must do. Changing your perception and studying constantly, not just for once. Studying the material on a daily basis, it is a prerequisite to achieve whatever it is that you desire in your life. Right? All right. Today we're gonna talk about how we because I constantly get asked this question. What is my life purpose? What I'm here for? This is such a big question. It is so big that if you don't answer this question, I, I'm not, I'm not sure that you're gonna succeed. Seriously. That's why you're gonna see people, a lot of people, they are just drifting. They will start one business today, okay? 3 months, 6 months, 1 year after, they will change it. And they will start a new one because they hear or they see that another business is more, let's say, it is getting more profitable than the one that they started previously. So they got to change, right? And a few times, I mean, later on, they want to try another thing. So, they are not stable. They are not stable. They are just unstable. And they are following the crowd, the mass. There is just one puzzle that they are in, which is unknowing the life purpose. How do you know your life purpose? I'm gonna read this quote from Steve Jobs. He was such a brilliant guy. He's gone now, God bless him. He said, and I'm gonna put it in the chat, okay? Listen, please, listen carefully. For the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. My goodness, I love it. For the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. This is how we set a definitive aim. Is what I am doing today. If today was the last day of my life, was I about to do what I'm doing today? If today is your last day, would you do what you are about to do today? This is such a big question. Very big and deep. See, when you ask this question, you ask yourself this question, and you are very honest, you will start changing things. You will start changing your life. The, this, this only question can change your life forever. Because you want to change how you do things. When you get up every morning, look in the mirror and ask yourself, question that. If today, like he did, right? Steve Jobs, he was such a brilliant guy. If today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? That's how we find our life purpose. And Finding your life purpose is not just about money. No, it is what you do, what really pleases you. Because there is treasure lying in doing things that you love, you enjoy, you just like doing. Most people are broke. They earn big money, but they are broke because they lack peace of mind, right? Joy, freedom, etc., etc. Money is important, of course, but not everything is all about money. No. And I think in the list of the 10 wealth of life, I think money is the last thing. Yes. So the number one thing you're gonna look at, it is your joy. Are you finding joy in what you are doing? You got to ask yourself such questions. My sincere apologize, please. So ask yourself, good question. If you are doing something, I'm going to tell you, that is not providing you joy, peace of mind, I want to recommend you to think about it. If you are doing something that it is not providing you joy, you're not happy at all, you're not at your ease, you're not finding pleasure, I would love for you to start thinking about it right now. Isn't it time to change things, to change your life direction, the direction you are heading to? Isn't it time? So change. Ask yourself good question. There is an entire book dedicated to asking question. Ask. Just ask yourself question. Why is it that I'm doing things like that? How can I change things? Ask yourself question. And you're gonna find results. You're gonna find answers. So I don't believe that there are some people who are privileged on this earth. No, I do not believe that. Believe me, I do not believe that at all. I truly believe that every one of us has a mission on this earth. Yes, we've got assigned a mission. Of course, uh, Donald Walsh, yes, not Donald, Neil Walsh, yes. Neil Walsh demonstrate that there is no blackboard in the sky telling you what you are here for. So the only mission you got assigned is the one you assigned to yourself. And I love his demonstration. So if there is a mission you've been assigned, it is the one that you assign yourself. And we find our purpose when you start asking ourselves great questions. Like what I am here for. Now, how does someone find his or her life purpose? It started with wanting. Wanting. Do you really want it? This is see this simple and mere question will be the starting point, okay, of your breakthrough. Sit down and take a pen, get a piece of paper and a pen, and ask yourself, what do I really want? Please be honest with yourself. Don't care about, okay, how am I, how am I going to get that? How am I going to get there? No. The obstacles, okay, the obstacle that we're facing, most people are facing the obstacle of the how. That's what limiting them from achieving their life purpose. They are always wondering how is going to happen? How is am I going to achieve it? See, when we launched this webinar, we never thought about how. Never ever. Because the how belongs to the universe, to God. You just need to do your part. Do your job. Do your part. But being overthinking about the how means that it is a kind of laziness. Yes. It is a signal you are sending to the universe that you're not a believer, you're not a true believer. Because true believers will never wonder how. Never ever. So if you are truly someone, if you are truly looking for your life purpose, the number one priority is you gotta ask yourself serious and honest question. You gotta sit down and look back, okay? Your previous experiences, your life experiences, what life have taught you, and decide, like you decide like that. This is what I'm going to do, no matter what happens. It is taking an irrevocable and committed decision. Okay? You take a committed decision. This is what I want. Then you dedicate your whole being to that. Until you reach a committed decision, nothing is going to happen. I'm sorry to say that because it is a law. It's obeyed to a law. Now, when you do that, when you set big decision, when you set big goals, when you reach frontal decision and set big goals, you gotta miss it with discipline. We've been doing this for a while. Okay? We've been doing this for a long time. We're not saying, okay, today says we got just two people. The next time we're going to, I don't know, to postpone or to quit doing it. No, because we know the principle. If you put into action the principle, is we what? It's like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, it's gonna grow. There is no question about it. So, see, another thing I want to talk about is working in harmony with the universal laws. working in harmony with the universal laws that somehow is going to manifest. So you just do your part. You do your part. And doing your part requires discipline. Discipline. And discipline is giving yourself a command and follow it. You give yourself a command and you follow it. You say, this is what I'm going to do, and you follow it. Because it is self-command. You command yourself and you follow it. You don't say, this is what I'm going to do, and I mean, a few days later, you said, "Oh, I don't want this. I dislike it." No, if you are such a person, you're not here for meaningful results. And those who make it in their life, they are such a quick decision maker, and they are disciplined. Okay. Additionally, if you really pay attention to your daily habits or your talent, because every one of us have been given talent. There is no question about it. No matter who you are, where you are from, you've got given talent. So be aware of that. Okay? Be aware of this fundamental principle, knowledge that me, as Jerome Magoyon, I have been given talents. For sure. You may not discover it right now, but it doesn't mean that you have been prevented from getting talent. Okay? So if you are not aware of your talents, it doesn't mean that you lack talent. No. And your talent may not be in harmony with what the masses call talent, right? Your talent may be totally different. Okay, totally different. See, think about the brother Wright who invented the airplane. They were called foolish, but they believed that something beautiful will come out from their goal. Think about the phone you're using, the computer. All those things have been created by people who deeply believe in them and work against the masses. So your talent may not be what is going on or what is, popular, what is evident everywhere, right? So you gotta be that's why I found self-discovery so beautiful concept. That's what identity is about. Who I am. Think about who you are. You are God's image. So you can create. And once you know that you've been given talent, the other parts of the job is how to discover them. That's it. How to discover your talent. I don't know if many people know about Colonel Sanders' history. Here is a guy who failed at everything. He failed at everything. But one of these days, he realized that he enjoyed cooking, I think, chicken. And you probably aware of KFC. KFC. After failing at everything, at I think 50 or 60 years, it decided to cook chicken and sell it. And one by one, his business started growing up. Yes, the founder of KFC, yes, he failed. Yes, he failed at everything, literally everything. He failed. But one of his things he asked, ask yourself question, please. He said, why is it that I am failing at everything? Everything. Failure can be God's instrument to send you a message that you are off track. You are heading to the wrong direction. Change your direction. See, when I learned about this history, I totally changed my perception toward failure. For me, there's no failure. No. But failure can be a message from God, a signal, and an instrument for you to change your direction or your habit or whatever it is that it is holding you back from achieving your definitive aim. And this guy, one of it, he sat down and he asked himself, why is it that I'm failing at everything I'm undertaking? And that's where he found that the only thing that he loved doing is cooking chicken. Can you imagine that? It was so simple. Yes. The only thing he loved doing is cooking chicken. And he said, okay, it's okay. I'm gonna dive into it. I'm gonna run a business of that. And he started one chicken, two chicken, three chicken, etc., etc. And if you find your life purpose, there is, I don't know how to describe it, but there is a universal power. You feel God power. It's give you, it's push you forward. You, there is a strength, a power that will help you to get ahead, to get ahead, to get ahead. That's why you're gonna find people. They are even selling water. Water. They are selling water. But they got rich. They are selling little thing. Or they're starting a career, but they are succeeding. You do not succeed, okay? Because the world think that this is worth doing it. This is a great idea. This is no. You succeed when you get and you are in alignment of your life purpose. You get succeed when you are in alignment with your life purpose, your divine call, your divine calling. Yes, you get succeed when you are in right alignment with your divine calling. So how many of us will be doing that, or would accept to do that? Hey, I don't want to cook chicken because I have masters, I have PhD. Yes, that's the world we're living in right now. And we are forgetting about God calling, God messages telling you to do that, but due to your status, okay? Because you've been graduated with some degrees, or because of the people's perception toward you, you don't want to do that. And you are working against God's calling toward you. That's why most of what we are not succeeding. Because we prefer to please people. We prefer to please people, okay, rather than accepting, right, to pursue our divine calling. We're not here for the same purpose. No, we're not here for the same purpose. Otherwise, diversity is sought for life. I read this on a book. I forgot the title, but they said diversity is sort of life. So we will never be the same. Never ever. If you are, I don't know, if you are a physician, my divine calling is not physician. If you are a physician, it's okay. Congratulations. Okay? But me, my divine calling may not be becoming physician. Why am I going to force to become a physician? No, I will fail because it is not my life purpose. And when you find your life purpose, you enjoy doing the thing you do. You enjoy doing your activity, your job. I don't think that your life purpose, uh, I mean your life goal, or your life purpose won't be enjoyable. If there is no enjoyment in what you are doing, this is not your life purpose. Believe me. If you truly form your life purpose, you, you will form, you will find enjoyment. Enjoyment always lies in life purpose. So do what pleases you, okay? Do what pleases you and do it professionally and go all in. Do not look at money. Firstly, no, at first, your purpose is not money. It is serving humanity, serving people. Then money will come after because it will come as a, um, yes, as a reward. Okay, because we provide service to earn money, right? So when you serve people, you serve the humanity, money will come sooner or later. Okay, but uh like don't be really, don't have as the first priority money. No, but get excited by the idea to serve people. Yes, get excited by the idea to serve people because it is your life. See, it is a contribution. We've been given one life, so far we know. So it is about life contribution. How do you contribute to life? Many people, the way we see, we got into this world. You see the beautiful things that have been done by people, right? In the past. So this is the contribution. But in your turn, what will be your contribution? So that's what you got to think about. How will you serve people? So think about it. Think about your contribution. Then, as a reward, money will come. Absolutely, inevitably. I am 100% sure that money will come. If you serve humanity professionally, you provide good quality services to people, money will come for sure. Sorry. So I'm gonna wrap up. Number one, to find your purpose, you need uh, to reevaluate your belief system. You need to reevaluate your belief system and get rid of the old paradigm, the old conditioning. Then you take irrevocable and committed decision to change your life, to contribute to the humanity, right? When you take the decision, you miss it with discipline. And once you do that, you do what pleases you, okay? What really pleases you, you do it very well. And you put in a habit, you develop the habit of studying on a daily basis to change your life. And it's all let's say comes down to what do you really want? This is the great question. It all comes down to what do you really want? So once you decide what you really want, you go all in, and you develop the habit of discipline, self-discipline. You do it. And you do not do it because somebody wanted you to do that. You do not do it because of me. We're not doing this because, okay, somebody compels us to do that. No, we're doing that because we found it as our life purpose, part of our life purpose. So we are doing it. This is our contribution to the world. So I'm gonna before we before we you leave this call, I want to ask you a question. What do you really want? What do you really want? See, I want to be serious. I am serious. Not what your family wants for you. Okay? And I'm not saying that to okay uh to disobey your family. No. Okay? But I felt that you reach an age of responsibility. So what do you really want? Because you got to be free. And when Dad said, if I got to be free, I gotta be me, not the me that you want me to be. Okay? Not the me my wife want me to be, not the me my children want me to be. If I want to be free, I gotta be me. So you gotta be you before deciding or before finding your life purpose. Because if you are not you, other people may interfere in the quest of your life purpose. So they may influence it. So you gotta be you, okay? To decide your life purpose. And don't do things because somebody wants you to do, because they will compel you to do, because they will force you to do. No, do it by your own pleasure. By the fact that you are God, you are God's image here, and you want to contribute to something meaningful. Think about your legacy. Think about your legacy, please. Yes, who will live longer? Okay, I have no doubt about it. But one of these days, we are called to quit. I mean, no, to go. We all go. But what will be remaining? Our legacy. What will be your legacy? So life is more beyond it is far beyond uh, it is far beyond just doing little things or settling for less. Life is far beyond that. It is far beyond settling for less. It is about legacy. What legacy will you be leaving to your, I don't know, your children, okay, your grandchildren, etc., etc. What will be your legacy? It starts now, not at 50 or 60. You will never build your legacy at 60, 70, 80. Ah, it will be a little bit, I mean, tricky. Okay, so but it starts right now. What will be my legacy? Then you start working toward it, okay, step by step, until you reach that destination. And one of the day, the humanity will celebrate you because you contribute to something very meaningful. And that's what I want for you. And that's what we're here for. We're here because we want to use the right material with the right tools, okay, to build such a magnificent legacy to the world. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it to you, Dr. Medan.
Thank you so much, for your insightful contribution. Everything you shared, it was so intense, really. And I did really agree with everything you said. Really, I was simply drinking, right? Everything you said. And I could not agree more, really. I just wanted to uh, talk about, to address a question that often comes up when we talk about life purpose. And this is very recurrent. And that question is is finding your life purpose a one-time event, something that is static, or can it change over time? And from my perspective and understanding, it's both, right? Because your it's it's like your life purpose has two layers. The first being your core essence, that is your why. And this is they want to do something, and it usually remains stable over time. And for example, someone's life purpose might be to empower others, to help them leverage their true potential, to create beauty, or to heal, for instance, or simply to assist and help others. And that underlying motivation is often rooted deeply in who we are. And this doesn't really disappear over time. That's why you see people, whatever environment they live in, over time, they will still do the same thing, assisting others, or fighting for something they really believed in, and it doesn't change. That's why sometimes there are people you say, okay, this guy is maybe the Mother Teresa, or this person is that. So this gives you label, but the expression of that purpose evolved with time, with the seasons of life. At one stage, you might, for instance, live your purpose by being a student and learning. Later, you may live it by building a business, by founding a non-governmental organization, for instance, to assist people, or simply by leading a team. So decades later, the same essence might shine through mentoring or giving back to the next generation, or giving your money to support something you really believe in. And Napoleon Hill, that's what Napoleon Hill called a definite chief aim. This is actually the life purpose. But he also suggested reviewing this definite chief aim often. Why? Because as we go, our dreams may also go. And we are aware of morphing. We get new information, and we are more aware and intentional about the reality. And let's say, what felt like the ultimate goal 5 years ago might now feel just like a stepping stone towards something that is greater, So your purpose is not a rigid prison, something that you lock yourself in, saying, okay, well, since I identified my life purpose as X, and then right now, today, the best way I found I could follow through it to achieve it is why. It means that, okay, well, 10 years later, you will not upgrade. Change is part of life. Even though the true motivation, the reason behind what you do remains the same, you could still change the way, the approach you use, the method you use. Look, 5 years ago, or maybe a little over 5 years ago, no one knows things like TikTok. No one. But today, mind you that even in the United States, the current president used TikTok for the campaign. So it means that we also need to adjust, to evolve with the realities of our environment and of our space. So space and time might and do affect the way we achieve things, the approaches we use in attaining our objectives, our in achieving our life purpose in this case. But at the end of the day, the motivation remains. So it's important to be aware of that and to take it into account, really for it to serve us better, and not feel off track, because that is also one of I would say the roadblocks. I don't want to call them limitation, but here is the society in a world where there are some performance metrics, success metrics, and often people will compare themselves to others or to the standard of the society. We discussed that several times here in the community, but I think it's still something really important that we've got to take into account. Many modern performance and the success matrix are biased in ways that can pull people away from their true purpose rather than toward it. And that is something we need to be very clear about. And sometimes we said that, okay, well, you need to find out what is your life purpose and pursue your life purpose. But sometimes your surrounding, your friends, family, your colleagues, people outside, I mean, the society overall will tend to pull you off track, to pull you away from that purpose. And if sometimes it's not directly, but it's just so subtle, it's so they do it so smartly, I would say, that in fact, you take the decision yourself because of criticism, because of people telling you, making fun of you, people telling you that you cannot do it, people telling you that it's a kid dream. But what once was a dream could become a reality one day, especially when we we know that everything that could be materialized, that could be realized in the physical world start from a dream. And do you remember this famous statement from Martin Luther King? I got a dream. You remember that? I got a dream. It means that dreaming is accessible. You can dream. And what others consider as a dream, you could realize it. And it's important to be sure about that. Because some people will make fun of you. There will. There will be people discouraging you. And sometimes I'm insisting on that because, even in simple things, people will make fun of you. I remember a few years ago, I was trying to speak English. And in that time, I was a master's student. I've just started my master's studies. And I remember that all my classmates, they used to make fun of me. Could you imagine? And I remember particularly a close friend of mine back in the time. And every time that I tried to speak English, and I could not because I couldn't find the right words, I could not really make it explain what I had in mind. This close friend used to discourage me, saying, "No, no, 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 please, don't do it. You feel very ridiculous right now. Just stop it. No, just talk in French." This is what he used telling me back in the time. And if I was weak in my mind, I was not very sure about my goal, I would simply just give up. But today, less than 10 years later, I could communicate fluently in English. So it means the same thing is true for life purpose. Sometimes when you find your life purpose and it is not aligned with the society, or let's say the way people in your surrounding think you should behave, or the way they think the direction they think you should go, if it is not aligned, then there are some frictions, and people will try every time to convince you that what you want to do is not all right. So this is a trap. And I'm not saying that it's not important to measure success, to measure performance. I'm saying that most of those metrics used today, which are, for instance, what is your salary, what is your job title, the number of kids you have, um, let's say, what are your material possessions? Do you have a car? Do you have a house? All those things, they are just for the short term. But life purpose is really a long-term commitment, it has a long-term fulfillment aspect. It's not just something you do for a while, and then when you don't feel like doing it anymore, or when you are not seeing result, you quit. No, that is not what it is. So it's really important to talk about those things. So before we start the second phase, right? The second part of our seminar, I would like to highlight a few key points that I think are really important from what you said, Joe. And these, in my opinion, are very critical. And so those are 5 points. And the first is that beliefs are formed from information. So changing your information sources can change your beliefs and life outcome, right? So it's important to ask yourself profound questions like, if today were my last day, would I do what I'm about to do right now? This helps clarify life purpose. And there is a need for true commitment. So true commitment combined with discipline is essential to pursue and achieve your definite aims. Talent is inherent in everyone. This is something we're born with. But discovering and aligning with, with your aligning with your unique talent lead to success and the joy. Right? Now, the last key point I think is also one of the more important is failure. Failure in absolute term doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't mean that you are a failure. It's not your identity. Failure just happened. And if you see all the more successful people worldwide, what you see today is just the success, but you don't see the failures behind that success. It means that the failure is part of the journey. It's it's actually a signal to change direction. It tells you what is not working. It's not a signal for you to quit. And I want just to illustrate with Tesla. We all know Nicholas Tesla, but this guy, for me, is the biggest example of commitment, determination. I mean, his mind power is exceptional. This guy failed 10,000 times. And what I'm saying is not a joke. He failed 10,000 times. And he kept doing it, kept going until he found the right way. If we have light today, we have those bulbs in our house, not the LED one, but if we have light in our houses today, it's because a few centuries back, this guy decided not to give up. He decided to consider failure as one way that did not work. So every time he failed, he would just record what he did in a journal and try to change something to do it differently. So failure could be a signal to change direction. It's not a permanent state. Embracing it can guide you toward your true purpose. And most of the successful people today, there are people who also failed. But what is different about them is they did not stop on their failures. They just transformed their failure into an asset. And this is something that lack today in the generation. I discussed with a lot of people, and sometimes they will tell you, I did this and that, and I failed. And because I failed, I was discouraged, and then I don't want to try it again. This is not the right attitude. And this is also true for everything, even relationships. I mean, marital relationships. Because your first marriage failed, or because your first relationship failed, you said, oh no, I'm not gonna try it again. And you spend your whole life with amertume. You are bitter, sad. And at the end of the day, you end up accepting someone who is not a good fit simply because you you've waited too long, and then reality catch up, because that is it. And then when reality catch up, you say, okay, well, let's do with what we have. So it's important to consider failure as a signal, something that could guide us, and to be very committed to whatever it is that you set as goal. And I think that way, well, you gonna say also proudly one day that yes, I am successful. Yes, I had great impact. And the last thing I wanted to say, and that's why I talk about matrix, is not always the number that is more relevant. We had here sections with only 2 people or 3 people. But if we decided that day to quit, to stop showing up, I think none of you present in this call today will have the chance to attend it and to learn from that. So even impacting one person is very important, because sociologists showed that behind one person, there is a network of 300 people. So when you impact a single life, you don't imagine the number of other lives you are going to impact indirectly, which means that we need to have also internal matrix. And this, in my opinion, is the purpose we have, the why, the reason why, the core need or motivation we have that is driving our actions. We need to always keep that in mind when doing things, and especially when the going get tough, because yes, it will. You get challenges down the road. We are not actually selling dream or telling you that everything is gonna be easy and smooth. No, that is not what we are saying. But what we are saying is that even when challenges come your way, you still have something relevant to learn from this challenge, and use it, leverage it to be the person that deserves whatever good you want as outcome. It's always about the person you are. That's why we say, and we keep saying, your result of today is simply the what you, your not your value, but who you really are. So if you want to upgrade, then you need to work on yourself to get a better result. Now we will open the discussions. So we are welcoming questions, comments, as personal experiences that you want to share in line with the main topic of discussion. Whatever it is that you want to share, we really encourage you, and we are eager to listening to it. Thank you so much. And who would like to start to open the discussion? It could also be what you've got, the added value from the discussions today, from everything we said, it could also be that the key message that you will go home with today.
Absolutely. Your takeaway, right? Thank you.
So
Don't be shy, guys. Talk, talk, talk.
Muriel, Dr. Muriel, you want
Yes,
to start? You want to get started?
yes, yes.
Great,
Good
wonderful.
evening, Dr. Meda, and good evening, Coach. Good evening, everyone. This beautiful panel. Thank you to be with us. So, I want to first of all thank you, Dr. Meda and Dr. Jerome, for your great sharing about the purpose
I'm
of
not
life.
doctor yet, but I receive it. Amen.
So, what you do is more than that. Okay. So you share a beautiful comment about purpose of life, and I don't know what I can add, but I will, even though, share some comments, and I would like to highlight what you said about develop habits of self-discipline is so important for you and for person who surrounded you, because to have a great opportunity, it is sometimes decided in 1 second or 1 minute from people who look at you without your without knowing. So people can see what you act and just take decision about it and give you opportunity or not. And I want first of all to share some story about three person who is brothers, and the father called the 3 person and asked for the brothers, asked for him how many time failure can come to him before he take decision. And he answered that if failure come to me in first time and second time, it will not come to me in third time. And the father responded that you are not my really child. And he called the second and asked for him how many times the failure will come to you before you take decision. And the second son said that if failure come to me in first time, it will not come in second time. And the father was not already in the great mind, and he asked to third son for you how many times the failure will come to you before take decision. And the first son said that failure will not come to me. I will take lesson from people who surrounded me. I will take a lesson from leaders, from teacher, for all, and failure will not come to me. And I think it is a good decision. We have to learn uh, around us, learn in this meeting, learn in book, and be like a word, and be like armed with all that we learn in life, and take decision before the failure come. But failure is in life. If you keep all of this, like, and failure come is not a problem. And I can give you an example. I got a fellowship some month ago, and it is fifth time that I applied to this fellowship. So it is like a long battle, but I have it now. So I think failure can come. So we have to be like you were and attentive, attentive. Uh,
Really, 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 really.
yes. And
Congratulations, by the way. It's
thank
really
you so much,
we've
so
got to
much.
savor that.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So you have trained ourselves and develop really habit of self-discipline. So it's what I want to share with you. So thank you for what also you give us. You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Muriel, for sharing those. I'm really happy and in the same time very excited for you. Congratulations for your fellowship, and this is so even more important because you said that you tried for the fourth time fourth or third time before getting it, and it that
Fifth
is what
time.
we are
Fifth
fifth
time.
time, right? So it means that you didn't give up on that fellowship.
Yeah.
Why? Because you believe in yourself and you believed that you deserve it and that you can have it. And that's what we are saying here. Success is not only for others, it's our born right. We deserve it. We deserve to shine. We deserve to be successful. We deserve to be the selected ones. So this testimonial is really important. And we encourage always to share those success stories so that people are aware that it is possible. We are not just preaching or pitching something. This is reality. And everyone could get success, no matter your what your background is, your history, your level, your degree, whatever it is. I'm really happy uh, for you, really. So
Thank you, and
Thank you.
congrats, Dr. Muriel. The best is yet to come. The best
Thank you, coach.
stay close. Okay, thank you.
it's just the beginning. You are just it's just the start. So
Thank you, Satamida.
yeah. So now we are gonna invite the next person to share.
Hi.
Yeah, sure.
I want to thank so much everybody, Mr. Midar and Mr. Jerome, for the sharing. I really appreciate it. And I'm truly convinced that my presence at this meeting was not a coincidence. That is clear for me. I think that I must be there today, this night. And I really need to hear these words. And it really impacted me. So really thank you, everybody, for your sharing. I'm always work on my way of seeing things, on the way that I receive things, on the way that I think about my word and everything which is comes to me. And my father really helped me on this path, and I'm deeply convinced that everything that I want or everything that I need, I'll get it. I don't know how I will get it, but I was sure that I will get it, and it's always shocked. I don't know how to say it. Shocked uh, my friends, my family, and the fact is that I finally get what I want. And my father always told me that to imagine that the world is like a journey. I don't know that if you get what I'm saying, but when you have they have an history that tell you can ask three wishes, but the world is like you have the possibility to make an infinity of wishes, and you have to believe it in these wishes, and you will get it. And you, my before comes dead tonight, I have I'm in low battery in the cell phone. I was in down, and to hear you motivate me and help me to improve myself, and I'll continue. I have just one question. I said that I'm in low battery. I know that I need to work on myself, and I know that I have to convince me that I can make it again. But I know the way, but I don't know how to explain it. I have I'm blocked. I don't know why. I don't know how. I know the way. I know the process to get it, but I'm blocked. I'm like I said, I'm in law. My energy is low, and I want to ask you if you have some tips, if you have some things that I can do to get more energy, and to for improve myself again and again. Monsieur Meda or Monsieur Jérôme can help me, or Madame Muriel too. Everybody can help me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priscilla, for what you said. I truly appreciate that. And thank you for attending and taking decisions so quickly, right? So the first thing I want to tell you is to remind this quote from Paul Eluard, and I think we all know it. He said, "There is no such thing as chance. There are only appointments." So when you said that,
can you repeat, please? Sorry, can you repeat, please?
so I just tried to translate it word by word. The original quote is in French, and it said, "Il n'y a pas de hasard, il n'y a que des rendez-vous." So my English translation is, "There is no such thing as a chance or coincidence. There are only appointments," right? So, and this would summarize what you said. So you being here in this call is not by chance. It's because at a certain time, at some point, you were on a frequency that matched. And that's why you saw my status. I'm telling you the truth. And Jerome could say that I don't post status every time. I barely put something on my status. So if I put something on my status, it means that it's something that is really dear to me. And I don't even do it often because not because I don't want, because I don't have the reflex to do it. And today I was just there and I said, though it's only in 2 hours, I should put it, right? And I put it and you saw it. What is the odds, the probability that you saw my status, particularly today? So it's all about frequency. And I think that you were ready to move to the next step. That is why you came across my status today. And that's why you are in this call today. So now, to get to whatever it is that you want, it is a simple. There are processes for that. And the first thing is also to start writing it down. What is it exactly that you want? That thing, write it down. That is the first step. So why is it important? Because it brings clarity, and it's also the first step toward its manifestation. And as Bob Porter said, there are different types of goals, and there are goals you don't know how to achieve them. There are some others you know how to achieve them. Now, from what you described, there might be maybe some psychological limitations. And I would say this is somehow also linked to your old paradigms, because I know that you are someone who crave of personal development materials. But I also know, because I witnessed in the past someone who did not take it seriously, who told you, huh, come on, girl, why are you believing that listening to something is gonna change your future? I witnessed that personally. And I guess that there might be a lot of people, whether they are in your immediate environment or people you surround with, or people, even people you just hear, random people you hear. And those voices are now maybe acting as a noise. So it's like a barrier that you need just to overcome. And once you do that, then it will become simple. So there is this step you still have to take, which is fully and entirely in your mind. That is removing those psychological barriers. And there are several ways of doing it. Ways are, for instance, through meditation and self-programming, right? So auto-suggestion. You suggest to yourself things. So you might repeat affirmations earlier in the morning or last thing before going in bed, right? And this is something that is gonna build that self-confidence. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you are not a confident person. No, what I'm saying is specific to your goal that you want to achieve, and there are still those invisible limitations, invisible blockers, challenges that you are still yet to overcome. And it will require some work on yourself to be able to overcome them. And I know that you are someone who is really committed. Then I am not afraid, actually. I believe that you being here today, just consider it as the first step. Is like a starting over for you. And then I'm sure Jerome is gonna also add a few things. We cannot for sure say everything here in this call, but for sure it's something that you can definitely achieve, and we will be really happy to guide in the process. So thank you.
Yes,
Joe,
thank you
you want
so
to add
much.
something?
Sure. I have a couple of things that I want to add. Thank you so much, dear Dr. Mida, for your brilliant contribution. And thank you. My heartfelt gratitude to Mrs. Priscilla Villeno. We appreciate the fact that you're here. We're very excited about it, and we're truly grateful. Okay? Coming to your question, I want to suggest you to do 2 or 3 things maximum. Apart from what Dr. Meda said, I want to add just 2 or 3 things. The first one, number one, because what we're talking about is getting unstuck. Right now, you are stuck. You are really stuck. Okay, you don't know how to make things happen. Okay, you are really stuck and you lack energy. That's what we call getting stuck. So you need to be unstuck. How we do that? Number one, recall your past beautiful memories. This is number one. In the past, you have achieved great things, okay? Many beautiful things, okay? So recall your past memories, okay? Recall your past memory. It will help you to get on the frequency of possibility, okay? For instance, I'm gonna give you an example. Maybe you won a scholarship, or I don't know, or a big project, something like that, a beautiful and magnificent event happened, or something that you won, which produce or impact greatly your life in the past, okay? So you gotta recall. Recall means think back about them, okay? Once you do that, it will get you to a beautiful vibration, to a beautiful frequency where you feel good, you feel energized, okay? And if you go there frequently, you will have the tendency to reproduce them. So this is number one. Recall your beautiful past memory.
Okay.
Number two, gratitude. Every morning when you wake up, okay, when your feet touch the ground, you're gonna write out 10 things that you are grateful for. Okay. An oral said, gratitude is riches and complaining is poverty. Okay. Gratitude is riches, complaining is poverty. So, for instance, and this is a morning exercise that I'm doing every single day. Okay, you can be grateful for the fact that you turn out to be in this call, okay, and form this beautiful community. Okay, you can be grateful for your perfect eyes. You can be grateful for your perfect brain. You can be grateful for your hands. Okay, you can be grateful for your feet. like for your feet, which are the most, the most tool of transportation. Okay, so you may be grateful for the little things. Okay, it will help you to raise your energy, because right now you need energy. And last but not least, you gotta be in this community. Okay, you gotta be in this community, because it is all about energy. It's all about community. Okay, be be in this community and reading, yes, and reading the things that we will be posting, messages, environment, information will change, okay, your energy, okay, and your vibration. So that's the truth thing, apart from Dr. Medase, that I want to add. Do that and you will see results. Okay, undoubtedly, result will follow. Okay, so stay course, uh, be attentive, and last but not least, please, uh, I don't know how to say, but close all the negative source of information. Okay, if you are involved in, I don't know, maybe WhatsApp groups where people are posting every time negative things, you got cut off. Okay, immediately. And if you have a friend or someone who is always judging you, cut off the relationship, because it is all about your life. It is your life. Take control over your destiny, over your life. Okay? Don't play with your life. You have 100% control over your life. Don't play and don't let anyone influence negatively your life. And the rest we will discuss about it later. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
so
thank
much.
you, Mr. Jerome. Thank you, Mr. Medar, for everything. I really appreciate everything that you said, and it's really about close environment too, works environment, what you are heard every time, and which people with who you collaborate. And I'm truly convinced that if I stay in this kind of environment, I'm totally aligned with what you said, and I'm convinced that stay with you and discuss with you. I hope that you have another call or something like this. I don't know. I hope that Mr. Meda will put another status like this. And very thank you. I will do everything that you said and hope that everything will go in right after this. So really thank you.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. We have call every Saturday for now. We are thinking about ways of extending, at least for hosting this webinar more frequently, maybe twice. We start with, yeah, but twice per week. But for now, every Saturday, except exceptional situations or constraints, we host this webinar. And I would like to take 30 seconds to say something. It's important to, when we said to cut people off, sometimes there are a category of people you cannot do it directly, right? But because like maybe they are very close relative, but actually what we meant is people who are not very close, it's easier, right? You just cut them off your life, and negative information, as Coach Jerome said, 100%. But now there are some people who are so close that it will be difficult for you to just cut them off of your life. But now what we meant is that you need to be very intentional about their influence. if those persons are your parents, right? You cannot simply say one day, okay, I will stop talking to my parent because no, but you just find appropriate ways for limiting the negative influence. So you need to be intentional about people who have the right to influence you, right? So this is important. Now we are gonna give the floor to Ligi, right? Ligi, you raised your hand and yeah, so over to you, Lizzie.
Thank you for the floor. I'm just going to say that I'm very grateful for this session because I think I'm speaking on behalf of on everybody here. It was really inspiring, especially for me because as you surely know, after school, after graduating, life can be challenging, and we face many things that can make us disoriented, and even many person that may have a lot of negativity. So I am really grateful. I'm really grateful because it hasn't helped me just for to improve my English level, but also to learn a lot about importance of changing perception and how to say that, and how to yes, to change to change perception, and to set goal clearly, and to pursue them until to reach the end of the goal. But also that we need to bear in mind that failure is not a final state, that we have to take, but we have to take it like a step towards success. But if you allow me, I have a question, because I heard that no, it wasn't you. I think it was Mr. I forget the name. It was Mr. Jerome who said that failure can be a signal from God to tell us that we are not on how to say, a good way. And now I wonder, how can we know that the failure we are facing is a signal from God, or it's just a step towards success. I would like to have kind of lights about that question.
Thank you, Ligi. Jerome, would you like me to start, or you
Sure,
start directly?
sure. I can respond. Thank you very much, Mrs. Lige. I truly appreciate your takeaway and your question. How do we know that failure is a signal from God telling us that we on the wrong track, we off track, and we need to get on track? It is actually such a big question, but I don't know if you develop your intuition. But if you're not, because your intuition can it is a channel through which you get message from God. But if you are not really let's say if you do not really develop it, it's not a problem. But what I'm going to say is that you just what I was inferring through saying that failure is a message from God is that you need to change your perception, okay, toward failure. Do not consider failure as okay, I'm losing, I'm not getting. No. If you consider failure like that, you want to you want to reap all the benefits. See, Michael Beckwith said something. I'm going to tell you, and it is in this book. My father knew the secret. He said that there, first of all, nothing is positive or negative. No. Nothing is positive or negative. It is everything is just is. This is the starting point. Okay, if you want to change your paradigm, nothing is positive or negative. Everything is just is. It is your perception. It is your it is your perception as human being, okay, which turn to consider an event as positive or negative. So apart from that, nothing is positive or negative. It is your perception which turn the thing to be positive or negative. This is number one. And I was referring to Michael Beckwith, who said that when something happened, okay, we can never control the event. We can never control how things happen, but we do control how we react to them. We can control our reaction. We can't control the event, but we can control our reaction. And he said something. He said there are three things we gotta do about something that happened. If something happened to you, number one, you gotta be aware that nothing is positive or negative. So everything just is, okay? And it happens for a reason. Number two, everything that happened, okay, has a good. There is a good within everything. Nothing is totally wrong or totally right. I mean, nothing is 100% positive or 100% negative. No, nothing at all. No matter the field. Okay? No matter. Nothing on this earth is 100% positive or 100% negative. So if you consider an event, know that there is a little part of positive inside. If the so-called negative event that you are talking about, know that there is a little part of positivity into it, right? So Bernard Beckwith, Michael Beckwith said that open your eyes to reap the good in the negative things. Okay? So open your eyes to reap the good, the little good contained in the negative situation, the negative event. And number three, he said that forget about the rest. Just forget about the rest. So the so-called failure is not 100% negative. No, it may harm you, it may cause you trouble, it may cause you pain, but it's never ever 100% negative. So there is a positive aspect inside of the failure. Try, open your eyes, change your perception to reap the good containing in the failure. That's where you're gonna find God message. See, Colonel Sanders, when he was failing, and he failed so big, can you imagine that? But he turned out to be a billionaire before he died. He was failing at everything. Go to read his history. Okay, scroll on YouTube. You're gonna see Colonel Sanders' history. KFC. You know about KFC. But he was failing at a certain point that he thought that what if all those failures were teaching me something that I didn't get? That's how we question failure. What if all those failures were teaching me a lesson where God messaged to me that I am off track, that I need to change my track? And when he asked such a question, he found the right answer, which turned to be his life purpose. And he died as billionaire. Can you imagine that? That's how you can consider failure. That's how you change your perception toward failure, because it contains a lesson. It contains a message. It contains good parts which will serve you, help you to get going or to get whatever it is that your heart desire. That's what I was inferring. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jerome. And I would say actually your two questions are very powerful questions, right? So the first thing you talk about life after graduation, that can feel heavy, especially when failure show up, right? But let's look at it from let's say a higher perspective. I always say that we are made in the image of God. And that means that within each of us, there is creativity, resilience, and the capacity to rise no matter the current circumstance, right? So I also think and truly believe that God is abundance, not scarcity. So it means that life is actually abundance. So whatever you dream of, whatever you think you deserve, you can get it. But when we talk about failure, failure is not a punishment from God or from the universe or whatever. It's about being about being guided toward more. Sometimes failure is God's way of redirecting us. You know, this little voice in your head saying, why not doing it differently? But it's important not to consider every single failed attempt as a sign to throw everything away and start over. No, because that is also a caveat. Like, since we said failure could be a message from God, it doesn't mean that every single time you fail or you attempted something that was not a success, then you need to say, okay, well, start over or let's change it. No, it's not what it means. It could be a feedback, just like telling you it's not yet the right time. Maybe you are not strong enough. Maybe you need to work to be a better person. You are not aligned yet with the frequency. You are not yet the person that would effortlessly attract toward him what he desired. And I always like to take the example from the lottery. There were studies showing that over 70% of everyone, I mean, nearly 85% of everyone who once won the lottery, they lost everything within 3 to 5 years. Could you imagine? And there are also a lot of people who today are called has-been, because there were times they were successful, but something happened, and now they are only a shadow of their old success. So it means that the person you become is that person who deserve or attract the success. And sometimes failure just tell you that you are not strong yet to resist maybe a dramatic change in the activity or whatever you want to achieve. It's also a message to tell you that you've got to keep going, to refine, to improve, to grow, to learn more, so that you enjoy better your success. So, how do you survive and succeed despite failure, especially in a context of early graduation and struggle finding the right position? So, what I'm saying now is a blend of personal development, but also career advice. So I will borrow terms and principles from the personal development space and apply them to career development. You need to start with a clear goal. There are a lot of people I discuss with, a lot of early graduates. Every week, at least 10, sometimes even more than that. And people, they don't have a clear goal. You ask someone, what do you want? What type of professional? And the answer is always vague. So it's important to start with a clear target. What title of what job? The country, the salary you want to earn, even the number of days of vacation you need, the benefits, and all those things is important to define, because actually you design your life, you craft. Consider yourself as an artist, and maybe a pen, you are an artist and you have a canvas and you have a pencil. Then you want to picture, you want to design your life. So you've got not to be approximative. You need to be very accurate. And thereby, you start working on this. There are several steps. I'm not going to develop them, but it's important to start with a very clear goal. When your goal is clear, I think that you've already done a considerable amount. You achieve a great step toward the achievement. And remember, we are all at the image of God, and God is abundance. So there is nothing that you cannot get. And failure give you a good feedback, which you need also to know how to interpret. And for that, you need to develop your intuition, right? To be able to understand the message behind. And success is not about chasing money, not at all, but it's about contribution. Because if you contribute meaningfully, you bring something to others, money will come, it will follow. It's automatic. So instead of chasing money or success like the synonym of money, I think it's important to focus on what you could contribute, what you could bring to the society, to others. And in that, you will get even more than what you have ever dreamed of. Thank you so much for this nice question.
Thank you. Thank you for the explanation. I think it's more clear now. So they think I have written that whenever we are doing things like that make us happy and contribute to the leg of society is it's enough, and it can lead us to have even more than money. That means peace of mind and other things. So I'm just grateful, and also I would like to say that I'm also more encouraged to attend to this session, since I know that there are other people who are agronomists, because I'm also an agronomist. So I'm happy, and thank you.
You're most welcome. So regarding the career aspect, I will probably reach out to you later beyond this meeting. Yeah,
So
Jerome.
let's speed up because time is we're
Yes,
over the
yes.
time, please.
Yeah, I'm watching the time and I say, whoa. So Priscilla, you want to add something, right?
Yes. Thank you for your answer. I want to share something or ask some things. I don't know. You said that we have to develop our intuition to know when it is a failure, or when and when to move away, something like this. I have an experience about an apartment. I had an apartment in a city where I'm supposed to start a job. I told to the employer that I had a place to live in this area. It was a condition of getting the job. And this was not the case yet. The case yet, when I'm saying it, it's not the case. There was not any accommodation, but I miraculously found a place near 1 week before the contract started. And it was the only place that was put on the link and I got it. But when I was in that apartment, the ceiling collapsed. I don't know if you can understand how I'm on the rez, I say in French rez, and the ceiling collapsed. The hot water tank exploded too, and it was just front of my bed. But this night I was not sleeping in the bed. I sleeping in the living room, and the apartment was flooded. I on this apartment too. My how can my means of transportation went bad, and it was winter, and I had to walk for 1 hour and a half every morning and every evening to go to the work and to go back. I thought to myself that I will get some exercises and lose weight. Lose weight. By the way, this situation lasted for 2 months. After my mailbox also was destroyed, to this way I have no idea of who did it, and I always wondered if it was stubbornness or if it was a sign telling me that I need to move. I don't know how to difference when I have to get away, when I have to move on, when I have to when I have to move, or when I have to be resilient, when I have to stay and continue. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Sure. I want to make you a proposal.
Yes.
Because what you're talking about it is so deep, and I am afraid that the time we allows us to really go over it. Okay, so I suggest that you bring back your question of
Yes.
the next webinar.
Okay.
And we dissect it and yes, tell you everything you need to hear. Okay, it will be pretty good so that we have a lot of time, okay, to develop it and come up with the right answer. Okay,
Okay.
would that really resonate with you? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay for me.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you, Mr. Lim. So keep it. Don't forget about the question, okay? Keep it. I'm serious. I'm not I'm not joking. I'm not playing. I'm serious, okay?
Yes,
Because
I will write it.
we now have a lot of time to develop it, okay? So I would
Okay.
love for you to come up with the questions for the next session and we'll develop it.
Okay, really thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. And as you said, we uh yeah, we we are already behind the time. So for that reason, and since I don't also want to be discriminatory against people who have talked and who people who might have something to say.
Yes,
So
yes.
I will just bear with me, right? I will just ask uh, all who want to say something and uh, did not have the opportunity to do so, to give you 1 minute sharp
Yes, absolutely.
to still quickly say something. So,
Yes, yes.
and for that, we understand. So please then avoid any civility
Absolutely,
and
yes.
thinking. Just use the time to go straight to the point so
Absolutely.
that we really also receive your contribution.
Yes.
So if you are all okay with that, then we start. Then I'm gonna also uh, call the names. So Princess Line, would you like to say something quick in 1 minute? If not, then it's fine. We could move on. No, I take it for a no. Okay, Boga. Boga,
Who is Boga, please?
Boga is not ready. Darling, you want to say something quick? No. Rebecca, you want to say something quick in 1 minute? Oh, no. No one else want to talk. Okay. Really bear with me. It's because of time, but the discussion was so inspiring that we, yeah, we haven't seen time flying, right? So yeah, that is how it is. And thank you so much for attending again this webinar. We truly appreciate your commitment, and we really hope that this today's session added something to your life, and that it's gonna benefit you for a very long time, right? Be active, proactive, act upon the things we share here, and you witness the change in your life as well. Thank you. And if there is no other request or questions, I would like to close today's session wishing you a nice Sunday and a very fruitful week ahead. And we see ourselves next Saturday, same time, for another explosive webinar. Thank you all for your commitment. And
Thank you so much, dear Dr. Mida. Thank you, everyone. God bless you, and bye for now.
bye.